Believe it or not, it is not my intention to rub someone the wrong way, piss some of the viewers off, make you become my enemy, I become yours. That's not the intention of this channel at all. That's not the intention of this video at all. In fact, I feel like I'm actually doing society a favor by raising the curtain, so to speak, so that you can take a peek behind the curtain away from the matrix that you're locked into. Yes, you guys are locked into a matrix. It's transformed your mind to not see what's really going on. It's like going to a magic show, and then you have the magician who does the magic trick, and then you have the pretty assistant. Well, we know magic's not real, but how does the magician pull off his stunts? Oh, the pretty assistant is there to do what? Distract you. And so now you're at this magic show where the pretty assistant is distracting everyone while the magic gets pulled off. So case in point, I can give you a few examples, but I'll just do an easy one. And I'll just do an easy one that a lot of us can relate to, and we're very, very familiar with. Here it is. Go to school, get good grades so you can get a safe, secure job, right? Well, that used to be a good idea, but the pretty assistant was the get stuck at a job, because while you were looking at the magic trick, you weren't paying attention to the student loan debt you were going to consume, the fact that jobs are no longer safe, nor secure, nor reliable, and that's what a little bit what this video is going to be about. And all of the things that you were taught, retire, all those things are going to be out the window. Social Security, all those things are going to be out the window. And I'll tell a little story about that really quickly as soon as I get through this point. By the way, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, welcome to the channel. And while you were trained to do all of those things, to watch the magician, the pretty assistant was the one pulling the trick off on you. And that trick was getting you stuck at a 9 to 5, having you to give up on your dreams and what you want to accomplish, making you believe that buying a house was a good idea. And now you're stuck in a 30-year mortgage and there's no freedom. You're just stressed out. Or another one would be one that happened recently would be the sickness, right? So the sickness was out. It was all over the news. It was the magic trick, right? Well, the sickness was the pretty assistant. That's probably a better way to say it. The pretty assistant was distracting you from the real magic trick, which was the overprinting of money. Now you got inflation, the supply chain being cut off, the price of everything goes up, has not gone down. So while you were paying attention to the sickness, the pretty assistant, the magic trick was being pulled on you, but you weren't paying attention to it because the pretty assistant distracted you. And so the news distracted you, the social media distracted you, and still does today. And it's pulling the wool over your eyes, and you're not paying attention to what's happening around you. And so this video is here to wake you up from your distraction. And so who are we going to wake up today? I should start doing wake up videos, but who are we going to wake up today? Because attorneys, teachers, doctors, lawyers out there, it's coming after you. But we're going to talk today about something specifically, and that's the realtors. Those are the realtors. If you are a realtor, I just want to be the first to say bye-bye. One of the big reasons I sold a house a couple years ago. We bought a house, sold a house. Realtor in Texas did, I think it was 3% commission, something like that. Ended up being like 40-something thousand dollars just out the door to a realtor, right? It was the first time we ever sold a house. Now, in the future, I would never give up $40,000 to a realtor. Would never do that. So most people are getting smart, saying, no, we're not giving you that money. It makes no sense. We're not doing 3%. Drop it to 1% or drop it to none. We'll do it ourselves. In fact, there are websites out there that'll help you sell your house for very, very low commissions. So, well, the question needs to be asked, then why is the realtor important, right? So I believe that within the next 3 to 5 years, realtors won't be necessary. That when my kids grow up, they won't even know what a realtor is or what they're used for. This stuff will be fully automated. I can see the day if you've ever been out to an open house or looking at a house or something like that, typically you got to wait on the realtor to get there. They'll text, I'm running late, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to do 100 things at once. The realtor finally gets to the door, tries to unlock it, don't remember the code, doesn't have the key. Now you're just sitting there. You move, your vibe's killed. And so the realtor finally gets you in, does a walkthrough, barely knows anything about the house, cannot answer questions. Now I'll check on that and get back to you. All of that, blah, blah, blah. You don't feel motivated. It's been a hassle. Let's just get out of here. And I've done that plenty of times with my wife, right? And I just believe that soon we're going to see the day where I don't need a realtor to meet me at a location. I'll pop up at the door. There'll be like a smart lock or something like that. And it'll greet me. Hey, using complete AI and automation. Hey, Sean, thank you, man, for popping up, checking out the house. You're at blah, blah, blah residence. I can let like an app. It could be realtor myself app, right? So, and I could pop up at the door, touch the button or let the app know I've arrived. Hey, you've arrived at 123 Main Street. Let's go check out the house. Bam, open the door, probably go in. Well, we'll get to the door. It's an automated lock. The door's open for you. I don't have to stop there and try to figure out a code. What's the code? Nope. The door's automatically, I've arrived, door's open, go check it out. I don't have to lock the door. It automatically locks itself when I leave. So I'm going to walk in, do a walkthrough through the house. While I'm in the house, the app's going to tell me everything I need to know about the house. You've walked into a 3-bedroom, 2,200 square feet home, 2.5 baths, blah, blah, blah. It'll know which room I'm in because I have the app on my phone in my hand. It'll know which room I'm in. Hey, this is the kitchen. We've just changed the appliances. We've just updated, blah, blah, blah. Hey, this is the living room. Here's what the living room could look like. It could show you something on your phone, fully furnished. Here's what the living room could look like. You could even get design ideas. Then it'll say, hey, okay, I'm moving upstairs. Let's go check out the bedrooms upstairs, right? And it can be really, really energetic, have a good vibe, good energy. Hey, let's go check out the upstairs. By the way, did you know there's a balcony? Let's walk out on the balcony. You walk out on the balcony. Hey, great view. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't rain a lot here. So most mornings you'll have this, you'll have that. Realtors don't have all that information, right? So take you to this, take you to that, and then to walk you through the whole house, and then get you to the door and say, hey, that completes the tour. Do you have any questions about anything? And then it can answer questions right now. And then you could say, hey, what's the best rate I could get on this? And realtors all the time, they're like, hey, let me call you back. Let me get back on that. Let me email somebody and find out. I'm still waiting on them to call. No, AI has that information right now. So you can say, hey, what's with this credit score and, this is how much I make per year. What do you think the best rate I can get on this house? And that thing could respond and say, hey, we could probably get you anywhere between 6 to 6.5% on this house if you move now. And it's all automated. And it can say, hey, we'll have this paperwork done for you to be emailed to you promptly. We'll have this done. We'll have that done. You don't need a realtor for any of this. You can walk out. It'll close the door for a walkthrough. No realtor. For the paperwork, no realtor. To close the sales, no realtor. So my only thing is what exactly would I need a realtor for? And I'm not trying to be mean. Realtors, you should be asking yourself this question. What exactly do they need me for? I was talking to a friend. I said I would tell this story before I finished. And I was talking to her, and she's a friend who's helped us, with our real estate and whatnot here in Dallas. And she hit me up and she was like, hey, I'm in the neighborhood, just trying to sell some homes. I said, how are the homes doing in the neighborhood? Typically, houses back here are 750 and up. And she said, there are plenty of houses on the market, no buyers. I said, well, what's driving it? What's the problem? And she said, I just don't think people have the money. And I was like, yeah, that's that's probably one of the most pivotal contributing factors. And I said, well, the interest rates are high too. It forced more money out. She said, it's not the interest rates. I disagree. The interest rates combined with the price of the house is a lot. So a 6% interest rate, sure, not a lot if the house is $250,000. 6% interest rate on a $700,000 house, now we got a problem. And it ain't in Houston, okay? So all of a sudden, I think over the past year, people have decided houses aren't that important. In fact, I don't know anyone who's under 35 who's talking about having a house, finding a career job, or having a family. I don't know anyone who's talking about that. So they're talking about let's just survive, let's just make it through. So if you're a realtor, you need to be thinking about, because I'm saying all that to say this, by the way, she said that, there's a lot of buyers, we're having trouble, getting sales, people don't qualify. And I was like, so what else do you do to make money? Because she was like, people think I make money. I make money one month. I don't know if I'm going to make money the next. And that's why I do not get any joy or any pleasure out of doing videos like this. It's actually painful because I'm having to come on here and tell people who are locked into their jobs long term, believe their jobs are safe and secure, believe it's never going to go anywhere, and I have to come on here and knock at the door and say, "Hey, you need to wake up. You've been sleeping, you've been slumbering, and your job's not going to be here long. So I need to get you out of this matrix. And so you need to understand they're not going to need you soon." So I asked her, I said, so what else do you do besides this? Because she was like, the Social Security's not going to help me because I think she's 65 or a little over. And she's been doing this for 30 years, I think she said. And she said, I've never seen anything like this. Well, you had to know during the famine, during the feast years, the 2019 to 2022, there's going to come a famine. And that's now. This is the famine. Well, 2019 to 2024 almost. That was the 5 years of feast. Now it may be another 5, 10 years of famine because people are like, time out on houses. I don't need it. And I get a lot of negative comments because I come on here and I say, you don't have to buy a house. Renting the house is better than buying a house today. And people go nuts because they're like, a house has equity. Not today. Find someone who's purchased a house in the past 2 to 3 years, and if they'll be honest with you, and if they're okay with you asking, hey, do you have positive equity in this house? Yes or no? Most are going to tell you no. Now there's some spots here in Dallas, mainly up in Frisco, where they're building the Universal parks and all that other stuff. There's some equity up there, but everybody can't move up there. So there's some equity in some places, depends on where you are. Well, there's always equity. I'll say it like this. There's always equity, but there's positive equity in very few places now. There's negative equity in a lot of places. So if you're someone who bought a house in the past 3 years, then you've probably already lost 100 grand in equity. Just watch the YouTube videos. People are begging to get out of these houses, begging for you to become a sucker and buy their bad deals. I just need to sell this house. They're crying on Tickety Talk and on Facebook and on Instagram and, TikTok or whatever it is. I just need to sell this house. I'm so stressed out. We're not making any money in this house. We're burned out. And I've seen these videos and they are painful to watch. You know why? Because I've been in situations where I was financially strapped and burned out too. And these people, they just want relief. But there's no one who's willing to come in and buy their bad decision. Hey, let me come in and you made a bad decision. Let me double down on your bad decision and I'll purchase your bad decision from you and you can go free. People don't even want to make money selling their houses. They just don't want to lose money and get out. If I told you, and nobody talks about this, but if I told you the real meaning of the word mortgage, you would be like, what? Yes. Go look it up yourself. Death, morgue, mortician, death, plague, not plague, pledge. Death pledge is what the word mortgage means, a pledge until you die. Now, why did they change the name? Would you buy a pledge until you die? No one would. So, and I'm not mad about that because that just sounds horrible. So, but I've been stuck in one of those death pledges. You don't want to be there. So I asked her, I was like, hey, straight up, what else do you do to make money? Because time's running out on you. She was like, I can't go to games. I can't do this. I can't do that. I was like, sweetheart, I understand. I understand. My wife and I, we didn't always have, well, let me rephrase that. We didn't always have as much money as we had now, but we've never been poor since my wife and I linked up in 2016, January 9th, and started dating. So, baby, if you're watching this, it took me 3 years to finally get my wife to the altar. And the first one day I'll tell the story. We were dating for 2 weeks. I was like, I want you to be my girlfriend. I was living in Louisiana and she was living in Mississippi. I was like, girl, I want you to be my girlfriend. And she was like, let me think about it. I was like, I better get good at sales. And I was like, girl, I drove 2 hours to see you. You talking about you think about it. And then after that, it took me about 2.5 years just to propose to her. I'm sorry, baby. I should have proposed to you and married you the next day. Some women are wives, not girlfriends. That's a video for another day. Probably not on this channel, but I'll leave it at that. So if you got a wife and you're dating her and you're treating her like a girlfriend, you're not going to have her long. And so I said, hey, what else are you going to do? And she said, I don't know what else to do. It's kind of late for me. And I said, don't say that. As long as you're here, you got a chance. But while you're healthy, you need to be moving now. And I said, find another way to make money. Think about it. Write down 10 other ways you can make money that does not include your primary source of income. And see, all this goes full circle. I'm not on here just talking to realtors. I'm talking to everyone who can be replaced by AI or automation. I'm just telling you that if your job can be replaced by any type of system or process, then you're probably going to get fired one day soon. Now, that's not to scare you. That's to wake you up. And so you can look around and go, oh my gosh, I've been sleeping in the matrix. I've been asleep. Now, I'm looking around. They fired Miss Johnson. Mr. Jesse's been let go. There's a efficiency department that's opened up. They're micromanaging us. They're listening into all our calls. We're getting meetings every other day. Uh-oh. Something fishy's going on here. So, and that's your wake-up call. This video is your wake-up call. To wake up and say, uh-oh, something's going on. I've been sleeping too long. I haven't been paying attention. I better start looking around, watching what's going on, monitoring everything, and start preparing. So it's just like preparation. I told her, I said, look, we have the ability to look up into the sky and see the gray clouds and then assume what? It's going to rain. So what do? Just in case? We pack an umbrella, correct? But yet we look at it, these economic conditions, can't afford anything. Government debt through the roof, student loan debt through the roof, credit card debt, the highest it's ever been in history. You know what that means? That means people don't have money. They're buying things with their future. How do I know that? Because if you swipe a credit card, that's not money now. That's money you have to pay back later. So if you take that $10,000 vacation and yes, you look good, your posts look good, I liked it, and you look good in Paris sipping wine at the Eiffel Tower, look amazing, and I know you deserve it. But that $10,000 trip gonna cost you 10 years of working. You got to go pay that off for the next 10 years. See, it costs you 10 years of your life to take that trip. My thing is, I don't want you to go through this beautiful life, this beautiful world, and miss all the beauty that God created. I think he created it for a reason. That's for us to experience it. You may not get to experience everything, but I'm sure God wants you to do good things and have fun and enjoy your life. He didn't put you here for a miserable life and then say, I'll bless you in abundance. That doesn't even make sense. They contradict each other. So I believe that the way to do it, though, because times have changed, the way to do it is no longer by swiping a credit card, no longer by using a paycheck. I believe you have to untie your life from a paycheck and you have to tie your life to cash flow. Everything that you do from now on should be done through cash flow from an asset. What that asset is, that's up to you. But for me, it's a middleman business. By the way, if you want to learn how to start a middleman business from your phone, working about 1 hour a week, most of you can do that. It ain't hard work. You do everything from your phone. You don't have to leave your house. All you do is match customers with businesses, and you get paid every time you match a customer. You find a customer, they need some type of service, home cleaning, roofing, garage repair, vehicle clean, television mounting, uh, hauling, junk removal, moving, whatever, pressure washing, doesn't matter what the industry or the service is. They need it. You find it for them. Hey, I'm going to match you with a pressure washer. The price is going to be $300 total. You're going to pay a $100 deposit today. That goes to you. You take your $100 deposit commission. The rest goes to the person who's going to do the work. For instance, a pressure washer, they go out, do the work. You don't leave your house. You still made $100. And you don't talk to customers, anything like that. Is fully automated through your phone. So, or through your website. If that's something you want to learn to do, all you have to do is put the word middleman in the comments below to get into the free live training where I'll break it down for you. So again, no job is safe, no job is secure. I know this video went longer than I thought it would go, but I just feel like I just got to blow this whistle. We always talk about whistleblowers. Well, I'm an official whistleblower, and I'm here to say you need to wake up because your job is not safe, your job is not secure. What are you going to do when you lose your paycheck? You need to already be thinking about that. I'm telling you, there's financial rain in the forecast. Well, you need to get your financial umbrella ready so that you don't get left behind. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. See you guys on the next video. Share this video with someone you know, especially a realtor or someone who's looking to buy a house, and post a link on your YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, social media, whatever. I appreciate it. Let's grow this channel. You help me. I appreciate you guys. I hope this helps you in some way. Times have changed and you have to change with it. Hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. For those who want to create a middleman business, put the word middleman in the comments below to get the invite to that training. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.